He was the man who drank fear and inspired the world's most famous vampire. The name Dracula has long crossed the boundaries of history, becoming a symbol of horror and mystery. Yet behind the vampire of Bram Stoker's novel stood a real ruler, a man whose life was steeped in blood, betrayal, and a relentless fight for survival. Vlad III Țepeș, also known as Kazma and Dracula, ruled Wallachia in the 15th century, leaving behind a trail of legends. This story takes you deep into his era, unveiling the secrets of his reign and explaining how a historical tyrant transformed into the world's most famous vampire. The Order of the Dragon, birth of the name Dracul. In the year 1431, Vlad's father, Vlad II, joined the chivalric Order of the Dragon, founded by Emperor Sigismund to wage war against the Ottoman Empire. The dragon emblem adorned his seals, and membership earned him the nickname Dracul. However, among the common people, Dracul was associated with the devil, a fateful detail that would later shape his son's destiny. Childhood in the shadow of betrayal. Political context: why Vlad II gave up his sons. The year 1442 marked a turning point for Wallachia. The Ottoman Empire, having strengthened its grip after conquering the Balkans, demanded not only tribute from its vassals, but also clear demonstrations of loyalty. Caught between the Ottomans and the Hungarian crown, Vlad II Dracul faced a dangerous dilemma. The agreement with Sultan Murad II. To keep his throne, Vlad II accepted humiliating terms, raising the annual tribute from 3,000 to 10,000 gold ducats, providing military support to the Ottomans in their wars against Hungary, sending his sons, 11-year-old Vlad and 8-year-old Radu, to Edirne, the Ottoman capital. According to historian Radu Florescu, these hostages were the Sultan's guarantee that Vlad II would not rebel. But for the boys, this was a brutal school of survival, where mercy was measured in fear. He was the man who drank fear and inspired the world's most famous vampire. Tokat, prison or school. Modern archaeological research suggests the brothers were not held in Edirne, but in Tokat Fortress in northern Anatolia, a strategically important citadel where high-ranking prisoners were kept. Conditions of imprisonment. Unlike ordinary captives, the brothers lived in private quarters under constant guard. They were allowed to study languages, philosophy, and military science. By the Sultan's order, teachers worked with them daily. Vlad learned Turkish, Arabic, and Greek, studied the Quran, and read works of ancient philosophers. Raoul, the younger brother, developed a taste for music and poetry. Psychological torment. Playing on their fears. Beneath the facade of care, the Ottomans applied constant psychological pressure. Public executions. Vlad repeatedly witnessed the beheading of rebellious captives. Chronicler Enveri records that the Sultan once ordered the boys to watch the execution of a Wallachian boyar who refused to convert to Islam. Threats of death. Every 6 months, they were reminded, your lives depend on your father's loyalty. A rift between brothers. Vlad versus Raoul. Years in captivity drove a wedge between them. Vlad, hatred forged in humiliation. He refused to assimilate, calling the Ottomans the Prophet's dogs. Secretly, he wore a cross and prayed in a Christian chapel built in Tokat for European captives. In a later letter to the Hungarian king Matthias Corvinus, Vlad wrote, "I saw executioners break children's bones before their mothers' eyes. Then I understood, power is the only language barbarians understand." Raoul, the path of betrayal. In 1448, Raoul publicly recited the Shahada, converting to Islam. He was given the title of Pasha and admitted into the Sultan's inner circle. The escape that never happened, myths and reality. Legends claim that Vlad once tried to escape by digging a tunnel from his chamber for months, but was caught before he could succeed.